Hello, my name is Renita and I'm your Y class instructor. In the previous video, we talked about the importance of your domain name, and now we're going to talk about hosting your website. I'm going to share with you some features that you should be expecting from your hosting provider and some recommended solution when hosting your website. So what is web hosting? For those of you who aren't quite sure what is web hosting, this is a particular service that allows businesses and individuals to post a website onto the internet. A web host or a web host service provider is a business that provides the technologies you need in order to be viewed in the internet. Hosting is pretty much the process of having a company that makes your website accessible. Now, let's talk about the features. If you already had the opportunity to work with WordPress, you must know that this is an online website creating tool. In a previous video, we talked about the different ways of advertising your website. There we talked about blogging, and here comes the management system for blogging and website management. By using WordPress, you can easily create and manage your website. Most hosting providers will let you know in the beginning if they are using WordPress or not. Be aware that there are some simple requirements when hosting your website with WordPress. Email access. With an already created domain name and an email account features provided by the company you choose for hosting your website, you can make domain email accounts. It is important to have a custom email domain. An email address consists of two parts. The part after the @ sign is the domain name that represents the administrative realm for the mailbox or a company's name. Next feature is the File Transfer Protocol, or FTP. This is a standard network protocol used for the transfer of computer files between a client and a server on a computer network. FTP is built on a client-server model architecture using separate control and data connections between the client and the server. Well, basically, it lets you upload your files from a device to your web server. Now let's talk about the different types of hosting. As we already mentioned, hosting is pretty much the process of having a company that makes your website accessible. Now, there are different types of hosting. There is the shared server, the virtual private server, and the dedicated server. Let's talk about the shared server. If you choose to start with the shared server, it's perfect for a startup website. It's good if you just want to get going with ease because it doesn't require any technical knowledge as you don't want to manage it. This type of server is managed for you. The virtual private server is faster than the shared server. It's the better option if you already started and have about 1,000 more users. But it's a bit more expensive. It's also managed for you. If you get more traffic, this is definitely the solution for you. You don't need technical knowledge because the server provides management. As I already mentioned, it's a little bit more expensive than the shared server, but it's practical. For instance, it allows many visitors to visit the website and it doesn't affect the performance of it. That's why you should consider using it if you have some traffic. The dedicated server is actually the fastest solution when it comes to hosting your website, but here you need the technical knowledge. The server doesn't provide management, so if you want to manage your server, you can choose this option. Dedicated server allows you the flexibility of customizing the server to your unique needs for CPU, RAM, disk space, and software. Dedicated server hosting gives you certain freedom and control, but it's also the most expensive solution. It also allows many visitors to visit your website without affecting the performance of it, and you should consider using it if you have a fair amount of traffic. So, when it comes to hosting your site, you have to consider the listed pointers. For example, when it comes to server location, if you have a server that is closer to the city or the country that you're operating, of course it will be faster for people in the city or country to access it. It's simply closer. You should consider working with a company that provides 24/7 support so that if the site ever goes down, they can assist you with that. You also want to have an automatic backup because who knows, anything can happen. So having an automatic backup can save you a lot of trouble in the long term. One-click software installation is recommended as well, as it makes it easier for you to get going and it saves you a lot of time. The SSD hard disk is related to the performance of your website, so think about it as well. Thank you for watching this video and I hope it was helpful. See you in the next one.